I always like it when movies give you a free gift that ties into the movie that you're watching so well. It's so great. Whoa! So Tomorrowland is directed by Brad Bird. It stars George Clooney and Britt Robertson. So basically this teenage girl, Casey Newton, stumbles upon this pin that shows her a vision of Tomorrowland. And basically the movie follows her adventures just trying to get there. I'm a really big fan of what Brad Bird's done. Ratatouille and The Incredibles. I love The Incredibles. I'm so glad they're finally doing a sequel to that. Then he jumps into his live action debut with Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. I really like how well he constructs action sequences and how they're filmed. So I was excited to see this movie just for the fact that Brad Bird was directing. I really like the opening of this movie. In the first couple minutes, I thought that is how they're going to narrate the film, but I'm kind of glad they didn't do it that way. I like it when films sort of like poke fun at the film themselves. They can have fun a little bit, and that's what the opening was to me. It was a lot of fun. And what I liked about Brad Bird is he's one of those directors that really knows how to handle action and doesn't do that whole Hollywood shaky cam thing. In this one, the action was fun because the last action film I saw was Mad Max, and the action that again was really well constructed and really well directed, but it's a different kind of action. It was really hard hitting and like death-defying stunts and things like that. But in the action in this film, bottom line, it was fun. I had a lot of fun with the action in this movie, and as well as the visual effects. The visual effects in this movie were handled really well. There are movies like Jupiter Ascending where they rely so heavily on visual effects, hoping the visual effects will improve the movie. There's a lot of other stuff that this movie relies on to be good rather than hoping that the visual effects is going to carry the entire thing. Don't be mistaken, this movie is very visual effects heavy, but again, it doesn't rely on it to tell the story. And the biggest thing that I liked about this movie were the characters and their performances. Movies nowadays rely so much on other things and they don't think about the core things that makes a film, and it's the characters. I really like the characters in this movie. One thing, they were very interesting. They all had things that made them them. The thing that elevated their characters and their performances were their chemistry. When they're on screen and they have all these humorous moments between them, I bought into it. George Clooney to me is one of those actors that I have a problem with seeing their character. People like him, Samuel L. Jackson, Ben Affleck, unfortunately, those are actors that it's hard for me to get past to see just the actor and see their performances. George Clooney in this film is really good. He's supposed to be this old cranky guy and he plays that off really well in this film. And as well as Britt Robertson, I really liked her in this movie. The first time I ever really saw her was in that stupid romantic movie, The Longest Ride. After watching that movie and watching this one, she had so much more to go off in this one. And what I liked about her in this one, she had a lot more emotional moments in this. She was supposed to have those moments in The Longest Ride, but they didn't come off as well because the movie's crap. But this one, she had a lot more to go with, and the moments when she gets emotional and the moments that matter for her character, I really enjoyed her in those moments. From the trailer, you get the sense that George Clooney and Britt Robertson are the only two characters you're supposed to be following in this movie. There's a third character, which I think is the surprise performance in this one, with Raffi Cassidy playing Athena. She's one of these young actresses that I think you should be looking out for in future projects because her performance is really good. I'm kind of torn with her performance though, because there are a lot more moments in this movie where I really dug her performance. I really liked what she was putting on screen. And there are moments in this movie where, for the lack of a better term, her performance came off a little kiddie. But right now I'm just nitpicking because overall her performance was really good in this film. And with all these great performances, they gave you really great chemistry. Clooney and Cassidy's character have a little bit of history. I don't want to spoil anything, I'm not going to say it anymore. But you feel that chemistry between those two characters. Just the three of them combined, that was the best part about this film, was the interaction between them and the chemistry and the humor that they brought to the film. I was really enjoying this movie up until the third act. When this movie was going great, it was going great. This movie takes you on a really great journey of like getting to Tomorrowland, but when you finally get to Tomorrowland, it's kind of a disappointment. And I'm not spoiling anything because you hear this in the trailer. Tomorrowland's supposed to be this place where like the best and brightest minds of the world come together to try to improve it. I was really hoping that we would be able to dive in this place a little bit more, but the movie didn't allow for that. Throughout the entire film, they have this great message. I know a lot of people are saying this message is very cliche and old-fashioned, but for me, I liked it. It's a great message. There's a flashback in this film with a younger version of George Clooney's character, and he has this great line. I can't remember the line exactly, and I don't want to spoil anything. There's one character that's talking to young Frank, and he's like, well, why are you doing this? And he's like, because it's fun. When you see something fun and happen in front of you, that would inspire other people to do better things. But call me old-fashioned, but that really got me here, and I really thought that was a great tone to set for the film. But then the third act hits, and it's like they kind of lost that. I mean, it was going great up until that point. And also the third act, you get this reveal, this whole big struggle that they're trying to solve, but I didn't like the way they resolved that conflict. So overall thoughts, there's good action in this film, great visuals, the movie shot very, very well. Character chemistry and the character performances in this movie are really great, but the movie falls apart at the climax of the film, so I'm giving Tomorrowland a good game. So, Tomorrowland, have you guys seen it? What did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you go see Mad Max again for the second week in a row? Whatever you thought, leave a comment below. Tell me your thoughts. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor, hit that like button below and also subscribe to my channel. And if you like this, click right here. You can see more videos by Andrew.